awesome new series, The Fosters.
Premiering Monday, June 3rd.
Yes, premiering June 3rd. Teri and I play lesbian moms raising a multi-culti, I like that, multi-culti brood of biological and adopted kids. Our show is progressive, it's inclusive, and it's high time for it to be on the air. We thank ABC Family and Jennifer Lopez for redefining what a TV family can be. Go JLo.
And we support GLAAD for the phenomenal work this organization does to fight against intolerance and raise public support for equality by sharing stories where labels don't matter and love does.
Thank you. Okay, so I've been thinking, and I know how mad I would have been if you would have made such a huge decision without consulting me. I'm sorry.
It's fine. All right, I'm okay. She's just not exactly the warmest kid I've ever met.
I really appreciate you making the effort. It means a lot to me.
Of course, my love.
You know, I just think that poor girl has just been through so much. I'm just really glad we can give her a place to stay. You know, it's safe for now.
For now. As long as she doesn't mess with our family. It's all good. Now get off my side, please.
Okay, Mama Tiger. Do you want to hear something strange?
Sure.
I talked to the twins about arranging a visit with their birth mom like we talked about. Mm-hmm. And now, neither one of them wants to do it.
Mariana?
Nope. She said she's not ready.
Good.
And the one thing that struck me from the beginning was when Stef said, "We are not the Brady Bunch." Oh no, this is not the Brady Bunch by any means whatsoever, all the way around. The family, the way the family's made up, of course, but also the language. I mean, my mom didn't ask me, "Do you need condoms?" She didn't call me Miss Thang. I mean, Sherri, was it written that way to have a 2013 family feel to it, or?
Absolutely. I think that they really wanted it to sound, you know, have the feel, the vibe of what, you know, how parents really talk to their kids in a sense these days. And these parents are kind of, you know, they're hip. They know what's going on with their kids, and so they try to speak their language per se, maybe get in, you know, it's an easier way to communicate with them if you speak their language. So, yeah.
Is this show just kind of an instructional manual for maybe how parents would like to relate to their children? Because I don't know many parents who talk to their kids that, you know, it was a really free and loose and honest dialogue.
I feel like, though, as lesbians, just a stereotype, which, let's do it, you have to be a little bit more liberal, you know, and, like, you've gone through a lot of, like, well, self-acceptance, and then you could accept other people and, like, other, like, what the kids are going through. Like, they can, I feel like, feel it more.
Yeah, maybe it's like, well, as lesbians, we've suffered a lot of, you know, discrimination or not feeling like you fit in everywhere, and so these kids kind of have similar issues going on in one way or the other, so maybe that kind of bonds us in a way. I don't know, I'm getting deep here. This is psychological.
Hey, we do it all here on AfterBuzz. If it requires getting deep, we get deep. But I mean, I guess that's the thing. It's just a different, I mean, the tagline is, it's a new kind of family, and it definitely is a new kind of family. So we're watching for the first time just like you are, but to recap, we have a lesbian couple, biracial, I mean, multiracial, different races. How was it playing it, a lesbian character? Was it anything that you were apprehensive about? Did you question it? Were you just ready to dive right in?
Not at all. I think I probably was thinking, ooh, this would be kind of edgy and cool for my career, and for, you know, at the first audition kind of stage. And it shocked me how much it hit me that it's just loving someone else. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just love. So it didn't have this giant feeling of, oh, I'm a lesbian. It just felt like, oh, I love you. And, you know, just like I love my husband in real life. You know, it was kind of shockingly normal.
And have you heard any kind of, I mean, there were a couple of religious organizations that have come against the show before it premiered and actually wrote letters to ABC Family to try to get ABC Family not to televise the show. Have you felt any backlash about making the decision to do this program?
It's so peripheral that it really hasn't touched us that much. I mean, of course, we've heard about it, but all press is good press, so bring it on.
It's a great attitude.
I don't know. It's just like, I'm sure it must be difficult when your entire life you've been taught that this is wrong. This is wrong. I can imagine it must be difficult, but I'm trying to get to the idea of what is it that a lesbian couple raising kids would be detracting from your family structure, whoever's family structure. Like,
right.
what are we taking from you? So that's what I'm trying to get my head around with people who aren't necessarily ready to accept it. Maybe the show will, permeate some corners of the country and world, and hearts and minds might open up a little.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny because we don't call each other until we've already gotten dressed. And I texted her in the car and I said, "What are you wearing?" She said, "Black this, black that, and black the other thing." And I'm like, "Well, I'm wearing nude this, nude that, and nude the other thing." We're always yin and yang. It's so funny.
Yeah.
We're already a little married couple already.
We are. Our chemistry on set is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Any scenes coming up?
Well, I think the best way to get into this is to kind of talk about each character, what we found out about that character, what was revealed about the character, and what we think about the character. Let's take it from the top.
Absolutely.
What about Mama Tiger?
Was that Stef?
Stef.
Okay.
Stef. Mama Tiger, the cop, and the one who kind of holds the family together, is the glue for the family, maybe.
The rule maker, definitely.
Definitely the disciplinarian, possibly. But her story is even different because they throw her ex-husband in as now her partner on the police force. I mean, come on.
Well, he was already on the force. It wasn't like he just joined the force and then they
Right.
became partners. I mean, he was already there. He was just, working a different beat. And so it's completely logical and plausible that maybe something would happen that they would have to work together. And that's what happened.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all.
You didn't like it?
It's not that I didn't like it. And the explanation that Mike gave to Lena saying, well, I was never comfortable with her being with the other partner, and now I just feel safer if she's out there and I'm her partner. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it at all. We'll see. I'm watching Mike.
The thing I didn't like about that was that the police chief was like so okay with it. I feel like if I was the police chief and like Mike came to me, I'd be like, I have questions here.
And she never even mentioned the fact they were married before or had
Yeah.
a child together. It was just, do you have a problem with that? And absolutely not. I don't have a problem with that. Let's roll. That was a little hard for me to swallow.
Keep watching.
See, I know.
Keep
I
watching.
knew it.
All right.
Steamy scenes? Well, she gets in the shower at one point. It's kind of steamy. I don't know.
I'm cooking some spaghetti and the steam is rising. No. I mean, it's pretty, it's realistic, but it's,
I mean, it's not, there's not any kind of big, it's just, it's real. But one of the episodes is the fact that we don't get lucky very often,
and we have to make things happen, maybe.
which isn't very successful either. But,
I felt this family was a real family unit from the beginning. It wasn't as if, sometimes with pilots you have to warm up to it or, I'm not buying it. Let me give it 3 episodes. I normally have a 3-episode rule for new shows. This one I'm hooked from the beginning. The DVR set. I'm done.
But it was the character dynamics for me. Like everyone that has such interesting relationships with like such deep history in those, like from like the twins and then like the lesbian couple, obviously, then like the kid who's biologically with Stef but not you but still like your son, and like I just like felt those character relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, our director, we got to thank him for that because he is an actress director. He's an actor, Timothy Busfield.
Fantastic.
And he had us, just be a family together. He'd have us go into the set, our kitchen set, and just have us make sandwiches together and give us a topic to argue about, just so we could really feel lived in, so that by the time you see the pilot, it feels like you're already on episode 10, just so we can really be comfortable with each other and know each other. And
That's a great analogy. It didn't start off like episode 1.
Right.
It was
Right.
Like, it's in the drama. Like,
yeah,
wow.
lived in. Yeah.
And how long did Tim cultivate that type of family relationship? I mean, was it day one or was it,
It was for several weeks before we started. We had a lot of rehearsal time, which I've never really experienced that before. And every chance we got, he had us in there just, hey, go fight about this in the bedroom. Just go fight about your kids, bad grades or something. And so Teri and I would go in there and we would just have this argument. It would be this serious argument, and before you know it, it's just like, oh my God, I've been with you for my whole entire life. So yeah.
It comes across amazing from, the first, 45 minutes of the show that we've seen. It comes across 100%. But I have to ask you, Sherri, we're going to talk about your character, Lena. We didn't get a lot from Lena in this episode, except she was a really warm, open person who wanted to bring everyone in. Let's pull back some layers. What's there? I know there's something there.
Well, as you saw, we had about 9,000 storylines going on in the first pilot, so we can't give it all up in the first episode.
I had to ask.
I know. Just keep watching, lady.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Are we going to see any like struggle or drama between you and Teri's character? The mama tiger?
Constantly.
Really?
It's just like life, It's just like everybody's relationships. You have those days where you just can't even look at each other, and those other days when you're fighting to get some alone time, which, with 6 kids in the house, how are you going to do that? Yeah, it's life.
Wow. It was, I know like it's the script, but like you just really saw, acting, like how supportive like the two women are together, and like such like a strong couple. I really like felt that in the pilot.
I think you have to be to raise a family like this. You have to have a really strong foundation together to be able to pull this off day after day and not pull your hair out.
Yeah, it really came across. Yeah, it was great.
Did come across.
I really think too that it's such a like big issue, like adoption and foster families, that it's like I don't want to like put aside like that as a lesbian couple, because that's like I think very interesting on TV and not used, but it's almost like the foster care that we see in the show, and that issue almost like overshadows, and I think rightfully so, that it's a lesbian couple.
Yeah.
And not that's a lesbian issue, but I think people would be surprised like how invested in the show they are, and then and it's 2 moms raising this family.
Right.
And I think that's really nice.
Peter, Paige, and Bradley Bredeweg, they were very, very careful. They didn't want to have this, our house draped in a rainbow flag and just, trying to push this message out. It's just, we got laundry to do and kids to take care of, and we're gay and whatever. But, it's about so much more than that. So, I don't know. I hope people like it.
So I know JLo, as we like to call around here, Miss Lopez, Jenny from the block, is co-executive producing this show, but also there's Joanna Johnson from Bold and Beautiful, who's also co-executive producing, who she describes the show as her life because she is married and her wife has biological children.
Yeah.
Did Joanne talk to you guys? Did she give you anything, or did she simply say, just be a family?
Exactly. That's just it. It's just like, they don't have any special lesbian tips for us, It's kind of like, they trust us with just loving each other and portraying that. And she's so great. I just love Joanna so much. And she says, I read somewhere that she had said, this is her gayest year ever.
Yes.
I love that. Because, she's living this life at home and then she kind of lives it at work. And it's,
It hasn't been that long ago that she actually came out. Maybe, I think, a year or so ago. So this is really a new experience for her, too. And now she's bringing her life to the big screen for everyone to share.
Yeah. So
like this is really, I'm sure every day she's like, wait a minute, that's my life on the screen.
She doesn't know if she's coming or going because it's it's full on. It's great.
Hey bud.
Hey, ready? Where we going, the grill?
Not my place. I thought I'd cook something tonight.
Seriously?
Seriously, it's not like I never cooked before.
Unless it's pasta, we have to be very careful. Seriously, you cooked me a piece of fish in 1997, I could still taste it.
I'm back by 9.
But as the biological son, he's so open to everyone. I loved it when he said hello to Callie and gave her the lasagna. That's like, all right, sit down at the table.
Yeah.
Now we're really a family.
Yeah, that's like a testament to how great parents we are, because we just give this kid so much love, probably too much love. And like he said in the pilot, I always felt like there's plenty to go around.
Right.
Like he doesn't feel threatened by other kids coming in because he knows he's got us. Like he has nothing to fear.
I mean, I saw the. I mean, maybe I was like making up in my head, but I saw like the two loving parents' influence on like raising good children. And I think that's like a testament to like the acting and the writing, like cohesively like melding. And it's like, wow, it's like so cool to see that line.
And Sherri sits up a little bit taller, going, "Well, thank you. I'll take credit for that. Great parenting."
Proud mama.
Proud mama. I love the fact that the parents didn't exactly know what was going on with the kids, but they know their kids well enough to know something was going on.
Oh, yeah.
And that just shows that the parents are paying attention. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I think growing up and raising kids is so different than, I make myself sound ancient, but when I was growing up, in the Stone Ages or whatever you want to talk about
The 70s.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. But it just seems so different. And it seems as if these parents are really engaged. And I love the fact that Lena is at the school with the kids.
We gotta be out the door in 15.
Wow. Wow, yourself.
We should dress up for each other more often.
No.
Or you could check your email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything's done, sweetheart. Let it go.
Should we try to move on to a couple of predictions? Can we do that with this show?
What you got? What you got? What you got?
My prediction would be, I see something happening along the line. Sherri, you might want to turn away when I talk about this for Lena's character. Something might happen between Stef and Mike.
No.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah.
You don't think that.
Yeah, I see a stakeout.
No.
I see some late nights. I see a heavy
You
case.
don't think that. That's deeply disappointing that you think
I
that.
think even if it's just a kiss,
Oh,
I
have
think
mercy.
something.
What? She was the butch one. Heck no.
Oh, did you
I'm
say
kidding.
that? That's,
I was kidding. I don't. You're entitled to your own opinion. I don't believe that at all.
It's the first episode. I hope I'm wrong. I hope
Listen,
I'm
think
wrong.
the one thing that this show does not want to do is try to pander or try to make certain segments of the audience more comfortable by throwing one of the ladies back in with a man. I think that'd be such an insult, and that's not what we're about. As far as I know, that's not even going to be in the game plan. So I'm going to shoot down that prediction right now.
And I am okay with that. At least we got something. You heard it here first.
Did we?
I'm going on record.
You heard it here first. Well, as far as the process, when you guys get a new script, you sit down for a table read. From the table read, do you guys ever ad-lib anything? You sticking strictly with the script? Do you add in extra things to bring in authenticity about real life? Do you ever, give the writer some type of help and assistance?
We definitely, we always, honor the script, and we have amazing writers, but, Teri's a mom in real life, and she constantly is saying, whoa, there's no way I would ever let him do that, or I never talk to my son in this way. She's very, very careful because she wants it to be and ring authentic. And she's a hell of a mom in real life, and she wants to bring that to the Fosters as well. So, yeah, we ad-lib all the time. Respectfully, but we add our flavor.
That's nice.
That's nice.
And just to go back on myself, I was kidding about the slightly butcher one.
No, it's out
I just
there
like
now.
black and whiting. But I did really appreciate that then we see her having changed her pajamas with her hair down, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah,
they go against that.
I appreciate that, exactly. I appreciate seeing that because I don't think the show wanted to come across as saying, oh, she's stereotypically the bitch one. Not the bitch, the butch one. Sorry, Mom, I don't say that. The butch one. So I love the fact that she pulled her hair down and showed that different side. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. How much input do you have on storylines? Do they ask your opinion?
They're incredibly collaborative. There's an episode coming in a few episodes that dealt with something very close to my heart, and they really wanted me to feel okay about it, so they gave me a script in advance of the usual time where they give them out, and they just asked my opinion, and does this ring true, and how do you feel about this? It was just so moving and incredible that they cared enough to really make that, make it real for me and make sure that I felt it was real. And yeah, they're wonderful that way. I can't believe
That's
it.
so nice.
That is. That's really great.
Is that normal for a lot of shows, you think?
No.
Okay.
You will say
Double check.
these words. Now get in your cage. No, it's not. It's really not this wonderful anywhere. This is the first.
Oh, I have to. No, you know what? I need to hold on for a second. I'm always the one kissing her. Always the one kissing her.
Well, we'd love to see you in a uniform.
By the way, I met, and there's a woman here who she's an LAPD cop. And I was like, you're going to be so excited.
No, but it's funny because the uniform is a real uniform. It's not like a Charlie's Angels type of cop uniform. It's a real uniform.
So I guess we could say you're packing.
I'm totally packing. Damn tootin'.
In more ways than one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like you're just making this stuff out of thin air. I mean, this is actually happening with,
All around us.
Exactly.
All right. The show's so long overdue. People keep asking, where'd you get the idea? Where'd you get the idea? Where do you think I got the idea? Everywhere around me. Everywhere around me is where we got the idea.
Lena, back in your seat. Let's go. No talking. Anybody, quiet. I've killed for less. Talking during the movie. Looking at you. All right, here we go. Movie is starting. They all end up the same. So rest your hearts on the family name. And we'll find our way back home.
From your Twitter account and from feedback from your family and everyone about the pilot, what are you hearing?
So much love and so much anticipation. And like I said before, I know that a lot of specific. There are a lot of specific issues on the show, and the gay and lesbian community are going to be watching, and they're going to be watching with an eagle eye. They're not just going to say, "Oh, good, a gay show. We're happy just to have that." They want us to represent, and they want us to represent accurately, and they're not going to just give us a free pass. And they don't want to, like I said, they don't want to see us falling into a relationship with a man or these things. Sorry, but
that's okay. Hey,
I want them to feel like we're really, telling their stories correctly. So if we do that, I'll just be so proud and so happy.
As you should be. Well, I mean, Jeff, do you think we handle it from the rooter to the tutor?
Absolutely.
I think we handle it from the rooter to the tutor.
I've never heard that before in my life, and I love it.
I'm Southern. Hang around. You have no idea what may come out of my mouth. But thank you so much for being here. Again, this is the very first episode for season 1, episode 1 of The Fosters. It will not be the last.